Have you ever been punished simply for growing? You did the work. You established limits. You reclaimed your time, your energy, and your voice. You thought they would be proud. Instead, you were met with a cold, piercing glare. And then came the accusation. Deliberate, poisonous. You have changed. When a toxic or narcissistic person delivers this line, it is not an observation. It is a judgment. It is intended to make you feel guilty for your own progress. It is meant to freeze you in your tracks and make you retreat to a smaller, more compliant version of yourself. But what are they actually seeing? In the quietest depths of human behavior, this phrase reveals far more about the speaker than the person being accused. Welcome to the Phrase Decoder. Today, we step into the shadows to dismantle the fury of the broken mirror. We are going to decode the profound psychological panic behind the words "you've changed" and teach you how to remain unshakable when your autonomy becomes their injury. To understand this rage, we must look at how a master manipulator structures their entire reality. They do not view people as unique, independent subjects with their own desires. No, they view the people around them as extensions of themselves, as tools, or more accurately, as mirrors. We all need a sense of self. We form it early by identifying with an idealized image of who we are. For the narcissist, this process never truly solidifies. They have no internal anchor. They are hollow, fragmented. They are terrified of seeing their own hollowness. To survive, they construct a grandiose, unified false self. But they cannot maintain this illusion alone. They need external validation. They need you to reflect that grandiosity back to them. They do not love you for who you are. They love the reflection of themselves that you provide. You are a captive audience whose only role is to applaud their performance and validate their idealized self. Your submission is the fuel that keeps their identity from collapsing into granular dust. This dynamic works perfectly as long as you remain passive, as long as you are the clean, uncracked mirror they require. Think about the energy it took to be that mirror. You were constantly reading the room. You were hyper-vigilant, adjusting your tone, your opinions, and your boundaries to ensure they never felt small. You were their emotional regulator. You absorbed their chaos so they could feel at peace. It was a silent, exhausting performance, and the only reward was their temporary approval. But then, you changed. You didn't do it to hurt them. You did it to survive. You started healing. Perhaps you learned human behavioral analysis. Perhaps you found an internal locus of control. You learned to say no. You set boundaries. You stopped performing. You became an independent subject with your own desire. You stopped looking at them with blind admiration and you started looking at them with clarity. That shift in your gaze is terrifying to a manipulator. Without your constant awe to inflate them, they feel themselves deflating. This is the moment their world shatters. By gaining autonomy, you broke the mirror. You are no longer reflecting their projected grandiosity. Suddenly, they are forced to look at their own fragmentation. Your growth confronts them with their deepest lack of being. They look at you, and they no longer see themselves. This is not a slight inconvenience to them. This is an existential threat. This is why their reaction is not one of healthy concern or simple anger. It is fury, an explosive mix of panic and hostility designed to eliminate the threat and silence the source of their injury. This is the anatomy of narcissistic rage, and their chosen weapon to regain control is guilt. When they say you've changed, they often disguise it as nostalgia. They might say, "I miss the old you." But decode the subtext. The old you was exhausted. The old you was anxious. The old you had no boundaries and prioritized their comfort over your own sanity. They do not miss you. They miss the convenience of your subjugation. They miss the remote control they used to have over your emotions. By saying, "You've changed," they are attempting to perform a psychological operation. They are trying to rewrite history and make your health appear like your sickness. They want to convince you that your boundaries are ungrateful, that your self-care is selfish, and that your strength is a personal attack. They act as if you signed a lifelong contract to remain small, and your growth is a breach of that contract. They want to drag you into a courtroom of guilt where you are forced to apologize for becoming stronger. They are trying to shackle you to their past. They need you to regress to that fragmented, compliant form so they can continue to feel unified. They are not missing you. They are missing the passive canvas where they used to draw their grandiose self. So, how do you hold your ground when your progress is framed as a crime? How do you defend your mind when the person you used to admire is raging at your growth? You must see the mechanics of the mirror trap. The next time they accuse you of changing, do not get angry. Do not try to explain. Do not try to defend your healing process. Acknowledging their accusation with a reaction only gives them permission to continue the manipulation loop. Silence is your first shield. Let their words hang in the air, unmatched. When you remain silent, you give them nothing to reflect off of. You become a void. And to a manipulator, the void is the ultimate mirror. It forces them to look inward at their own emptiness instead of projecting it onto you. Let them sit in the discomfort of their own fragmentation. Observe the fury. It is the sound of a hollow identity cracking under the pressure of your autonomy. You are not a fragmented mirror designed to unify their self-esteem. You are an untraceable mind, independent of their desire. Your change is your freedom. Stop looking at your own reflection through their unforgiving lens. Step out of the mirror. You are not required to be a canvas for someone else's fragility, no matter what beautiful frame they put around it. If this decoding resonated with the silent battles you fight every day, subscribe to the Phrase Decoder. Hit the like button to signal the algorithm that you are taking your mind back. Stop carrying weight that isn't yours. See clearly. Live quietly. We will decode the next trap soon.